Hello everyone, this is Travalgar Valentine. Today I'll be doing this interesting mandala with the half symmetry with using felt tip pens and 3D paint. This is just a simple canvas I got from the works in town. Not too big, it's about 6 inches by about 4 inches I think altogether. I'm not 100% on the dimensions, and I'm using felt tips just to create a general symmetry design on either side of it. The design that I'm working on just consists of different curves, swirls and stuff like that, and when working with a half symmetry mandala where it's even on both sides, it's good to work on these little sections here and there, these little chunks, these little triangles I have, like little chips, like bursting from the center, to do them one side then the other side, just build it up slowly. If you work all on one side, it'll be difficult for you to replicate the actions you did to actually create it because it's lapped from the very center. That's how you remember to do it, and it's hard to go from the center. Shapes that you use can vary from different curves and swirls. Like I said, the more complex the shape, remember, the more difficult it is to actually draw it backwards. So you've got to actually deconstruct how you actually did it, then reconstruct it. The more processes, the more difficult it is, the harder it will be. I'm using a variety of different colours. Like I said, I'm using felt tips, simple basic ones, and a few pro markers as well, just to give that sort of nice alcoholic blend that it has. And because I haven't primed this canvas, the colours blend really well, so it gives a nice sort of smooth texture around it. The colour choices and stuff I'm not really bothered about. This is just a fun doodle that I'm doing, so there's not much colour coordination, pattern coordination, stuff like that. Majority of these pictures that I do are just fun little doodles. I don't really think about them, I don't really plan them, and any plans that I do or any ideas that I have beforehand come from a sketchbook, but the end result is a lot more different than what happens in the actual result. That's just because I find new ideas that I more prefer, new better ways that I like. I forgot as well, I've got Faber-Castell Pitt pens, just a variety of. I've got like a small little bucket of just variety of different pens that I've used. Generalised the same colours and stuff like that, but different pen sizes and stuff like that. And using variety of different blues and stuff from different packs and different mediums and stuff like that can give a good general effect. Basically, when working with colours, it's good to give more of an effect and show a variety of what those colours can do inside the picture. So for these blues, for example, I've got about 5 or 6 altogether, combined with purples as well. So I've got 5 or 6 different variations of how that colour can shine on my page. And when you use all 7 colours and then create your own colours after that, you can really expand it and let the colours really play on your page and let the whole artwork just dance with life, basically. You could just do a rainbow of just the 7 colours, but I feel it's a lot more fun if you let the other colours really show themselves, let them burst with life. I'm sort of using rainbow kind of texture with going from the purple to the blues to the greens on the outside. Like I said, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, what it's going to look like. These kind of pictures I do on these small canvases, they're not designed to be any particular purpose. They're just designed there to where I've got a bunch of mediums such as pens. I want to do a fun design and just be happy and get into the zen with it. And once you do designs like this, once you start working on the outside and you start just circling around the actual image, it gets you kind of more into the moment, because the actions that you're doing are a lot more easier and you'll have to think about it more. It's sort of like while driving. If you drive continuously for a long amount of times, the actions that you need to actually coordinate yourself, they get really just drop dramatically. So you're basically just doing your subconscious memory and just replaying the previous actions over again. It's the same with mandalas as well. Once you get all these simple shapes and you start working with long period patterns, so a long period pattern of red, for example, using red continuously for 10 minutes, eventually you don't have to think about what the actual colour is towards the purple and things like that, which you'll start to think about, start off with, and how it reflects with the blues and the greens. All those particular ideas and thoughts will just slowly fade away. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do at the end of the canvas. I thought this will be finished but I thought it might need something else, and I wanted to do maybe a bit of a darker border around it. So what I'm going to be doing is spray painting the border around it with black spray paint that I got at a hardware store, just to give it, and it went a bit too far in for some areas, the darkness, but I think it gave it a really nice smooth texture overall. And you'll soon see this is just the background colours that I've done. So this is where the picture starts changing dramatically from where I've now spray painted it, and decided to add a bit more, to add the 3D paint on top of the background that I've created. Working in a similar fashion again with the symmetry, using symmetrical colours on either side, working the lighter colours or the most yellow further in, and then working more red warmer on the outside. I've just discovered these puffer paints not so long ago, and they're really good to create these kind of textured kind of pictures as well. And once they start drying as well, you can start adding the paint on top of them and sort of really towering up the paint a little bit to create a really cool 3D effect, which I'm doing right here. I've got a variety of ones I'm using. This is the Neon collection from Tulip. It's very interesting. I would highly recommend it if anyone wants to try a good 3D picture. They're mainly designed for fabrics and stuff. It's actually fabric paint, but for the canvases, which I presume is, yeah, it is a fabric anyway, it works very well. And with the combination of the background as well, it gives it a kind of nice map to lie on. I was actually getting the kind of feeling while creating this that I was creating like a sort of a mini village, basically, with all these little houses dotted around. Maybe the green will symbol the trees, maybe the blue will symbolise a river, and maybe the reds in the centre would be like a castle kind of fortress in the centre. I was just getting lost in the moment, like I said before, with the Zen kind of meditation where you get these actions get easier. Then you can see here where I start getting a bit more closer be how much I'm towering them all up with the white metallic that I have. And it's good when you actually put the paint on to make sure that you lift up vertically, because the paint is it moves very slowly, so you can actually kind of save it if it starts tipping over a little bit. But just make sure that when you push down a little pressure and lift up, and I'm just working in lines going across. It's also difficult as well because once you start getting 3D, it's more going more careful with your hands and where you go and things. So you've got to make sure. What I sometimes do is I get my other arm to balance it, cup my hand basically into my elbow, and then I can just pivot my arm across like a machine. So that's the final picture altogether. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you're interested in this picture at all, check it out on my Etsy page. The link will be in the description. Also, if you want to follow me, check out me out on Facebook and Pinterest and a few other places. Thanks very much for watching, and if you want to see some more, subscribe. I've got lots of cool art videos coming up, and if you liked it, just like it, maybe share it. Maybe you can inspire someone else that you know likes drawing mandalas or uses 3D paint.